The next one I'm going to be talking about is this transistor. So you have heard of transistor, now you have seen a transistor. So a transistor, electronic device that amplifies weak signals. So they amplifies weak signals. Like in this bulb now, you see this is a transistor. This is a transistor. So their major characteristics is to they act like a switch, electronic switch off and on. Same thing as the MOSFET also perform the same function. The same thing happen here, but this one now is just that their symbols are different. This thing amplifies weak signals. This can amplifies both weak and high signals. So anything you send for it, you can still amplify. This is the bigger version of this particular one. So we have the NPN, just as you have the N channel. The NPN, current flows from the collector to the emitter. Same thing I explained to the base. It's a signal control. This collects what? Pulse width modulation signals. Same thing as here. They collect also pulse width modulation signals. PWM. To unlock the gate. So the ratio of the PWM voltage tends to have to be 5 volts, some 2 volts, 2 volts to 10 volts. Some of them are no more than that. So that helps to unlock the gate fully, so that the current will flow. The electrons will flow from the collector to the emitter. Why the PNP type is that the current will flow from the emitter to the collector, just as the vice versa of this particular one. So the current flows from the emitter to the collector. So these transistors, they have this is where the overall carefulness need to be taking precaution of, is that these transistors, it's not that one single transistor now that have one leg. We'll just have this transistor have different color codings. There's one that you can see now that the leg will be, here will be the base, here will be the collector, and here will be the emitter. And another one here, you see here will be the emitter, while here will be the base, while here will be the collector. Different companies. So how do we identify these ones? You can use multimeter to identify it, but that's a long process. We are using the modernized version. Is that in every transistor we have what we call code. For example, we have BC547. So what I do is that this BC547, I just type it online and say, okay, BC547 pinout. The pinout will come out. I'll know the one that is the base. I'll know the one that is collector. I'll know the one that is the emitter. So the same thing happens to any type of code transistor you are using. You must first of all find out the pinout of that transistor. If not, the system will not work. Now, in the terms of testing and troubleshooting, or to know that your transistor is good, same thing I told you, that if a transistor is totally bad, some of them is that they will not read at all. Whether I use a multimeter in continuity. Why some is that transistors that are good, once you measure the collector to the emitter, or the base to the emitter, or the base to the collector, they will give you like a 600 in your 600 or 6 something or 8 something. But once a transistor begin to misfunction, they can give you a short circuit. They will bridge, or they will not read at all. That is when you know that this transistor you buy is very faulty.